what? It's not even showing our cameras. We're ghosts. There we go. If you saw our podcast mess up at the start, no, you didn't. So just putting that out there. Here we are, Internet City. How's it going? Technical difficulties abound. Sam is already in the chat. Says I forgot to clear all my cookies recently, so my mod view is all effed up. Except she didn't say F. She said fucked.
Kyle, language.
Who do I look like? Captain America? No.
You put a quarter in the swear jar, and if you fill up an entire jar, I think we get a cake.
Or we could just buy a cake. And still we could buy a cake and still curse. That works. Best of both worlds.
My life is 100% desserts, 0% swears. I'm gonna get that embroidered on an apron.
I mean, you still have your oh ding dang catchphrase from when I asked you, Melissa, what's your favorite curse word? And you were just like,
yeah.
Oh, ding dang.
I don't say it as much in real life anymore. I say aw beans constantly.
Yeah. I've noticed that one. Yep.
I've moved into beans territory.
Cool beans. That just makes me think of the scene from Hot Rod, where he's like, cool beans, beans, cool beat. He makes this little like rap beat. Where I had it there. That movie's so funny. It's so dumb. Shout out to Hot Rod. Great movie.
Have you yet to see Hot Rod? We've discussed this. It's on my list. This is a wrong I have to right going back to the year 2009.
It really is, because that was like end of high school for me. That was like the comedy that my friend Garup and I just watched all the time and thought it was the funniest thing. God, good times. Whew. Internet City, how's it going? Welcome to number 174 of the Captain's Log. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined, as always, by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa, hello. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah?
Same. Regular. I really have not. I haven't done much this week. It's been a weird week because my roommate is moving in with her boyfriend, and I'm getting a new roommate at the end of the month. But my old roommate has already, like, as soon as her boyfriend asked her to move in with him, she's basically spending all her time at his place.
Yeah.
So I'm alone. I've been I've been working from home again, so I've just been entirely alone all week. It's just me, and then I sit on the couch and I watch Yellowjackets, a very isolating program.
Which we will talk about in just a sec here, because we have to talk about Yellowjackets. But yeah, that can be a not fun thing, right? I know the like isolation, lockdown, just spending time by yourself is not for everyone. You've expressed that multiple times of just like, I just want to be in an office and see people and be able to like look over the like thing and be like, so did you guys watch Yellowjackets, right? And do all of that stuff. Whereas me, like, that would be a dream if I could just like stay, which I kind of do anyways, just stay at home.
You're a hermit.
TV.
You're a techno hermit.
Yeah. But like the podcast stuff is still my like social stuff where I get to talk to other people that way.
Exactly. So. You're the first person I've talked to all day.
Wow. What do you know? No. Sam says, I'd like to move in with Mel, but I 100% won't be able to afford rent. There you go.
You can live in my heart rent-free, Sam.
Aw. Good friends. So my week was okay. It was an okay week. I don't really have much to report poured on in terms of work or all of that stuff. But it just seemed normal. Kind of like
regular,
Yair said.
plain.
Yeah, just regular. Same old, same old. It was one of those weeks. Though it did, like, on Thursday, it felt like Tuesday, but Tuesday felt like a Thursday. And it was
right.
just, it was a weird week, but it was a normal week, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, it was good. I watched a lot of TV. This was so my plans for what I was going to do got completely rearranged. Like I was originally going to be watching season 3 of Titans, because I had started that when I was out in Wyoming with my parents, and we watched the first 2 happening over there. Twitch must have just like completely restarted, because even the website is restarting. That's weird. My computer.
Ooh. Oh, no. The entire platform?
Computer was doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah, now let's see. Now we at least have like a red thing on there. I don't know. Let's see. Twitch.
Don't worry, everyone. We've got a red thing.
Weird. Yeah. So like at the bottom of OBS, it has like a red light, green light thing to be like, hey, are you good? It's a green light. If it's not, it's red. It's bad. So let me see if I can hit stop. Wait, is it coming back? I think we're back. Let me hit refresh. There you go. Yeah. Refresh. Cool. I've been having all sorts of technical difficulties with my computer in the last like 10 minutes here. It's just been acting a fool, just completely going off in its own direction and doing whatever it wants here. It like completely, I mean, Melissa heard the story already, but I copied and pasted a URL into a browser and it just went to the like completely wrong URL. It just on its own was like, yeah, you know what? I don't like that website. I'm going to go to another one instead. But alas, here we are. So hopefully things are smooth sailing from here on out. But like I was trying to say, was planning on watching season 3 of the Titans. Didn't work out because I was just like, wait, the series finale of The Expanse is this week. It's on like Wednesday.
I can't believe that your plans are I'm going to watch TV. And these plans are thrown off by you personally choosing to watch different TV instead.
This is my life. Melissa, this is my life. This is what I do here for my life, for the Whatnauts, for my own enjoyment. It's
do
all
this for us.
Yeah,
this puts food
this is
on our table.
For listeners like you, Sam. This is all for you. God. Yeah, so I was like, well, now I need to watch The Expanse, like the final season of The Expanse, because that has skyrocketed as one of my favorite shows of all time. And this is the final season, so I need to watch that. It was a short season. It was only 6 episodes, which really sucked. That it was that short. Yeah, not that small. And I don't know. I went into the finale being like, I don't know how they're gonna wrap all of this up. Like, this does not seem anywhere near a finale. So I was hoping, like, did I like misremember something? And they just said, like, this is the final season, but this is only part one. And it was like, no, that's not it. Like, this is the finale. But yeah, so I watched all of that. The finale was real good. I was pleasantly surprised, but still kind of disappointed that it wasn't like 10 episodes instead of 6, right? Like, I would have liked a little bit more padding in some of the stories that they were wrapping up, or even in, like, they introduced like one or two things like about a certain character who was fairly new to the show, but it was just like, oh, well, now I don't get to see what happens with that. And like, it's not that I really care about that character, but she's important to someone else. Like, I want to know how they feel about the whole thing. And you don't find out about that stuff. So it's one of those endings that I was surprised at how good it was and how satisfying it was, but it still left me being like, man, I wish there was more of this. Like, I like it. So yeah, good show, great show. Highly recommend it, especially if you are a fan of sci-fi. The Expanse was incredible. So, which I've mentioned before here on the show. Plenty of times, yeah. So I watched that. And then, yeah, also this week, the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker. Did you get a chance to check them out yet?
I had time to watch only the first episode today, and I'll watch the rest later.
Okay. What did you think?
Stylistically, I do really dig it.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting with this show. I think I expressed hesitation previously just because of the main character. Like, the character of Peacemaker was a dirtbag. He's a dirtbag. He's a douchebag. He's just all sorts of bags. And he was just not necessarily a character that I wanted to follow, but it was like, I'll see what they like. It's James Gunn, like, writing and directing at least the first handful of them. I don't know if he was doing the entire first season or who knows what. But I was like, I'll see. Like, I'm sure if he's making this show, then he has to have some story to tell.
Yeah.
I was very happily surprised at how much I liked this. This was great.
Yes.
I loved it.
The first episode is very fun.
It continues into episode 2 and 3. It's phenomenal. It is great. I laughed out loud at multiple things. Just incredible show. But oh my God. The opening credits to that show.
These are the best opening credits. This sold me immediately. Even people who don't care about DC or watch the Suicide Squad but didn't care for this character, please watch through to the opening credits sequence. It's the main characters doing a dance number, but they're doing it so stoically and stern-faced and emotionless, and they're just so seriously dancing so right at you.
And the thing is, like, they're not good at the choreography.
They're not natural dancers.
Very stiff, very stilted. Yeah, but that's the joke. Like, that is, like, God, it is stellar. It is up there, I think, of like the greatest intro sequences of all time. This is phenomenal. I love it. And it just, like, if nothing else, go watch it on YouTube. Like, go look up the opening credits thing on YouTube, because just that alone is worth it. Like, this is no Netflix. Don't skip the intro thing, or no HBO.
Why is that even an option?
Yeah, no, that is required viewing every single time.
There should be
good.
some shows that just get nominated into an echelon where it's like this and dark. No, remove that button entirely. You do the show a disservice.
Yeah. Like it's like Cowboy Bebop, Dark, this show.
Oh my God.
Now.
I think if you skip the opening on Cowboy Bebop, that's an actual crime and you get brought into space jail.
Like I ended up having sort of mixed feelings on the live action Cowboy Bebop. I enjoyed it for the most part, but it was one of those things of like, yeah, just not where it needed to be. Like I can see all that, but at least they nailed those opening credits.
That's good.
To the live action one. Still, I would prefer the animated Cowboy Bebop one, but yeah. Peacemaker has now like cemented itself in like opening credits Hall of Fame. So good. And we've only seen the first 3. Like, God, so good.
Right.
It's so funny. They're just like doing all these dance moves so terribly. It's great.
I want to say also, there's a scene in that episode where Peacemaker goes and sleeps with some lady. And after that, he's like walking around her apartment in his underwear and like looking at through a record collection. And he puts a record on. And there's John Cena.
Just dancing around.
Yeah, big buff, tidy whitey John Cena dancing. It is beautiful. I've never seen a person of his musculature. When that musculature is on display, it is for action. It is for sport. It's for like athleticism, and dance isn't athleticism, but this is just like him bopping and grooving around an apartment, like all his muscles out there. And I'm like, this is a great use of his body.
It's
I don't get to see this anywhere else.
Great physical acting. It's
yes.
I don't want to say it's not sexualized. It is, but it isn't. Like there is a shot like immediately when the song and dance ends that he's on all fours and his butt is like right in the camera.
Lots of butt.
And yeah, I mean, he's in these just like super small, tidy whities. You can see everything. If this was something we were watching for the review show, I might argue the like, I should be able to see that penis. It's so you can see everything here, but you can't at the same time. But man, yeah, I think James Gunn tweeted out that was like one of the first shots that they filmed, and here he is, just first things first, like stripped down, almost butt-ass naked, just dancing and singing and having a fun time.
What a way to start a production.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he tweeted it out and like was talking about that scene and was like, as I was filming that scene, it was just like, what a confirmation to be like, I picked the right actor. Like, absolutely, just like,
oh yeah,
this
that's
guy's
when you
great.
know.
Yeah. So I am very pleasantly surprised with how good that show is and how much I like it. And if it continues being this good and shot this beautifully and shot this well and is still this funny, like if it sticks the landing, I would argue this is better than any Marvel Disney Plus show that we've gotten. This is really good. So I'm stoked to see.
I think it helps that we've got director carryover, which I don't think we have in any of the MCU shows.
Not yet.
I think that's definitely a strength of it. Yeah. James Gunn's directorial work is something I really enjoy.
I don't know if it's the director, but it's one of the creators for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or like one of the writers, right, is writing Captain America 4. Is that right?
Oh, that's nice.
It's something like that, because that was one of the things they announced like right before the finale of just like, hey, if you guys like this show, well, good, because there's more kind of Captain America 4 one day.
Yeah. I knew there's Captain America 4. I didn't know how much of the same creative team was being retained from the show.
I don't remember exactly if it was like the director is the same or the writer is the same, but it was something like that. But yeah, but yeah, we've not had the like same writer director combo, one man all in one package. James Gunn is like the Taco Bell Pizza Hut combination of the of the DC universe. With Suicide Squad, with what he did with Suicide Squad, and now with this show, I'm excited to see what they do with the DC universe down the road here. So good stuff. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch Peacemaker. It's funny.
Check it out. Like, even if this character is not for you, and I certainly understand if he isn't, just watch the opening.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, he's not meant to be a likable character. I think there is a character in there, again, non-spoilery, who does at one point say something along the lines of like, there's just something about him though. Like there is a charming aspect, but that I feel like the charming aspect is almost John Cena rather than Peacemaker, if that makes sense. Because he's racist, he's misogynist, but he's also like it's more the like subconscious versions of those things. Like he's not like being blatantly racist. He just like hasn't been taught that like, hey, this is actually racist. You need to stop this. And he's so like not a character you're supposed to like, but I think part of this character's journey is going to be not necessarily learning to change. I think he will still be the like, God, how are you such an idiot? Like, how have you not learned this? Like, I think he's still gonna be that character, but it like there will be some themes of getting better, like learning, unlearning some of that stuff. So I'm excited to see where the show takes us there. But Melissa, we have to talk about Yellowjackets.
Right. This is a show I'd heard something about, and only in that it was about a high school girls soccer team who's flying to national championships, and then their plane crashes in the Canadian wilderness and they have to survive. And I'm like, intriguing premise, but I don't know. Survival in the wilderness is not my favorite genre of entertainment. And then you showed me a tweet from Patrick Klepek, who hosted a Lost podcast I used to listen to years ago, and he's like, this reminds me a lot of Lost. And I'm like, that's it. You've said the magic words. I will check out anything. If another Lost fan brands it as, this is a lot like Lost.
Yeah. So I was not familiar with Patrick Klepek's Lost podcast from back in the day. I know him as a video games journalist. He's out there like breaking major news and stuff in the video games industry, and Waypoint Radio, the video game podcast he's on, is like my favorite podcast, and it's phenomenal. It's stellar. And I saw him tweet or reply to someone replying to his tweet about the show, which apparently he tweeted out at like the start of that year, and I missed it. But yeah, I saw that tweet where he was like, you know, I've had people say this reminds me of Lost, so I finally checked it out, and I'm 2 episodes in, and like, holy moly, why did I not start this sooner? So I was like, all right, I really like Patrick. I like his taste and stuff. I know he's a huge Lost fan. Like, this has me sold. So like in like a weird like 6 degrees of separation from Lost, like we always like, if Patrick says it's good, like here we are. And yeah, it's so the show is on Showtime. So if you guys want to stream it, you either have to have the channel, or I ended up just getting like my girlfriend bought it, and we're like, well, I guess we have Showtime now on Hulu.
Yeah, I think they got a month's free trial. which
think
is
so,
certainly
yeah.
enough space.
Yeah.
Enough time to watch this whole thing.
And so we're recording this podcast on Friday the 14th of January 2022. So the finale for season 1 is out this Sunday. And yeah, we started watching it. I just got done with number 6. How far are you in it?
I got caught up all last night.
Okay.
So I am ready to go on Sunday.
You're waiting, yeah. That's the plan. I'm gonna watch some more tomorrow, and I'll be ready to go when the finale comes out. Yeah. Holy shit, this is my jam. Very much wears its heart on its sleeve. This was heavily influenced by Lost, but it's not just that. Like I would say it's one part Lost, one part Lord of the Flies. And then with the direction it's kind of going in, maybe one part Blair Witch. I don't know yet.
Yeah. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I heard somebody describe it as part Lost and part My So-Called Life.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's very much like it's like any teen drama and supernatural survival horror stitched together. Because the show, it starts in 1996. That's when these girls crash. And there are some flashbacks to fill out parts of their childhoods, of their youths. But mainly it's 1996 and then 2021, where you see some of the survivors and how they are trying to live. And there's somebody blackmailing them with all of the secrets that they kept from that time when they were surviving out in the woods.
Yes.
So yeah, very much like Lost in its structure.
But not even that. Like, without spoiling much, like they have a scene that is like the aftermath of the plane crash, like when Jack steps over the hill and it's just chaos, right? Like they have a scene exactly like that. They have a cabin out in the woods, just like Lost, or I guess for Lost out in the jungle. But like they have a lot of like, oh, there's a character like this. There's a younger child that has is having some kind of weird connection to, like, there's just all of these little small like similarities, of like this is just like I can see the influence, but I think they're also doing a good job of making it their own. Right, like it's not just like here's a random group of survivors. It's like, no, here's a high school soccer team, which in a weird way is kind of in homage to Lost too. Because there's the scene in the airport when Saeed is running by, and there's the girls' soccer team
running past the girls' soccer team with the numbers on their jerseys. You're right. I never thought about that as a specific homage the show is doing.
God. But yeah, I mean, it's just it switches back and forth between like the present day, or I guess last year for us now, but like present day, and then in 1996. But yeah, I'm loving the direction that this is going, and trying to figure out like, okay, like who didn't make it, like who didn't survive, what's going on in this wilderness. They were stuck there for 18 months is what they said. So what the hell happened?
It's 19 months, which is, I gotta say, that's my favorite part of the entire premise. 19 months lost alone in the wilderness. That's such a harrowing, stunning amount of time. Yeah. I lay awake at night just thinking about 19 months.
But it's not just that. Like, it's okay, 19 months in the Canadian wilderness. Like, why didn't they all just travel down set? Like there's mysteries of like some very obvious stuff of just like what, like how they're like, they sure on the plane you hear the captain being like, well, we have to go a little bit further north. It just sounds like they had to like circle the block what. So it's just like, how far did they go north? Like what happened there? Like what? There's some mysteries around the whole thing that I'm still just like, please go into this more. I want to know more. How? Why? Like what is going on here? And they're hooking me in all the right things with these symbols that they keep finding. But here's the kicker. Here's the thing that I think should be mentioned in the pitch. In those 18 months, yes, they go all Lord of the Flies and resort to cannibalism in there.
Yes.
Is the thing. Like, that is, I think, an important thing that you can't leave out of the pitch.
Right.
Of just like, high school soccer team on their way to a tournament. They crash. They get stuck there for 18 months. They make it back. The modern day times is like how they're coping and like being blackmailed. It's like, no, you forgot the fact that they like there's factions and they're cannibals and like what is going on here? So
the show opens with a scene in the winter, and there's a girl like running out in her nightgown in the snow, like screaming, and then she falls into like a hidden tiger pit onto all these like pointy
wooden
sticks,
spikes.
and she dies. Yeah. And then they slaughter her, and it's, did they eat people? Yes, which you can certainly imagine would come up in a survival situation like this. But it's the fact that they straight up murdered this girl in order to eat her. And when you see them all gathered around the body for their feast, they're wearing
ravenous.
And it's got such strong, like, weird spiritual cult vibes around it. Like, what happened to you?
They're in like pelts and antlers and like these weird masks and like face coverings and stuff like that.
Are you going to be covering yourself in fur to survive the winter? Of course you are, but there's weird vibes around it. It's like, did you start a new religion in the woods also? Is that part of it?
Yeah. So I'm now wondering if there is like witches out there or something, or if they're gonna find some like hidden scientific laboratory underneath it all, and it's gonna be like, okay, that's like Dharma Initiative. Like there is a few things in there that I've kind of rolled my eyes at. I'm just like, all right, like
there are some eye rolly things. Yeah, but there's certain things that the show does that I find really interesting. Like, that's an excellent choice. I find this twist really compelling amidst all the stuff where I do kind of other parts of the story that do feel kind of flimsy to me.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's real good. I'm excited about it.
It's a fun ride.
It really is. But I think you and I are going to be doing a season 1 spoiler cast on it for the reactor core, which may end up being the first thing for the reactor core that we post. Looks like we're not really going to get to do much for Boba Fett. No one else is really watching it besides me.
I haven't started it yet. I'm going to start it this weekend, and I don't have a lot of emotional attachment to Star Wars. If I watch all of Boba Fett and then at the end I do have things to say, I'll let you know, but I can't guarantee now that I will.
It wraps up early February. I think the 9th is when the final episode is, I think. Something like that. I think like February 9th. It's like right around there is when Boba Fett wraps up. So maybe we'll still do something for Boba Fett. We don't know. But no promises on that one. But at least, kicking the year off with Yellowjackets season 1 spoiler cast. And I'm guessing down the road, this might be like, I feel like this has now become appointment viewing for us that we could do once season 2 is out, just a weekly bit on that. But we shall see. I'm not sure when they plan to do season 2, since season 1 is just wrapping up.
Right.
I'm not even sure if season 2 has been like officially like, yep, we're doing season 2.
I think it was announced. Yeah, I think they said cool. They are going to do a season, because I Googled this thing just to find out, like, it's on the Showtime app, right? Where do I get that? How's that? How much is it? And there was an article that's just like, here's everything you need to know about Yellowjackets and where to watch it, like from Insider, like perfect. That's all I need. And it's like, here's a synopsis. Here's who's in it. Melanie Linsky. You love her. There was going to be a season 2. So right. Jasmine Savoy Brown, who you saw in Leftovers. So grateful to get to see her again so soon.
Indeed. So keep an eye out for that. But Melissa, speaking of stuff we're gonna do in the future, we should get to planning some things. That's what I said we should do this next week. Get to planning some things, right? At least start brainstorming some ideas and stuff for what we can do in the future here on the Captain's Log for some fun games and some taste test stuff. Start planning all that stuff out. But we will do that when we get back from our housekeeping break. We'll be right back. We put a lot of hard work into the shows that we make, and yes, we make multiple different shows here at the Whatnauts, and we'd love it if you would check them all out. You can find out more information on our website at thewhatnauts.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. When you type in the Whatnauts, all of our shows will pop up right there. Just don't forget to give us a nice rating and review if you like the shows. If you want to support what we do here at The Whatnauts, patreon.com/The Whatnauts is the best place to do that. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can get all kinds of exclusive content at the $3 tier. You can also get a shout out and thank you on all of our shows at the $5 tier. You can support us on Twitch by subscribing to our channel at twitch.tv/The Whatnauts, and we would love to have you all join us for our live streams and talk with us in the chat. And lastly, we have merch. If you want to grab yourself a shirt or a sweatshirt or a mug or something else, go to thewhatnauts.com/store to pick up some merch today. And we are back. Big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters, especially those at the $5 tier. So thank you to Sam, who has been in the chat and says, Sam. Melissa, doesn't Lost fall under survival in the wilderness, though?
It technically does, but there's so much extra stuff going on in Lost, and they're in like they're on Hawaii. You look at it and you're like, I know that's Hawaii. I know the temperatures are balmy. They don't have to contend with winter. It's different. My brain categorizes it differently.
Smoke monsters,
right.
Though.
Like right. Smoke monster is different for me than like I have to carve a house out of snow and live there.
Anyways, so cool things that we are doing here at the Whatnauts. Like I said, keep an eye out for our season 1 spoiler cast of Yellowjackets. We just did our Game of the Year podcast on Crossplay, so you guys can go check that out and see what we dubbed as our Game of the Year for 2021. That one was a lot of fun to go do and talk about how much fun we had playing all of these games and stuff like that. On top of that, Melissa, you and I watched The Power of the Dog this week for the review show. So keep an eye out for that one too. That one's gonna be an interesting one there. So lots of good stuff coming up. I'm excited. Sam, so I will say this. Psychonauts 2 did not make our Game of the Year, but I mentioned you. I was like, I'm pretty sure that was your Game of the Year there, but it was on my top 10 list, and it was pretty damn high, because that is a great game. Go play Psychonauts 2. It's good. It's fun. Cool. Let's start planning things.
All right. So
your
planner's
out.
Like
a taste test thing last year where we ate a bunch of different flavored Kitkats from Japan. That was fun. We should do something like that again. But the question is, what do we taste test? What do we eat? What do we drink? I don't really know yet. I had one idea, but it looks like you have some as well.
I wanted to say that the treat about the Japanese Kit Kats is that there was an element of surprise and risk in there, because these are Kit Kats straight from Japan. Many of the packages do not have English language writing, and they don't have like pictures on the outside. So we're just looking at a color scheme and trying to guess what flavor that is. And we don't know until we bite into it.
Yeah.
And a lot of them might be flavor
toffee.
profiles.
I don't know.
Right. That aren't, and they're flavor profiles that aren't familiar to our Western mouths. So it was delicious and exploratory.
Not in Kit Kat candy form.
Right. Like champagne.
Right, yeah. Like I've had champagne, but I've not had a champagne flavored Kit Kat until I did. Then, yeah.
So I think the Kit Kats were in a sweet spot where all of them were good. At least for me, there weren't any that I disliked. They were all tasty.
I didn't like the matcha
So I enjoyed myself and had a surprise along the way. And I think we need to find a combination of surprise and it's good, but it can't like all be very good or else that's not entertaining. But it can't all be very bad or else that's just not fun for us, the people who have to put these things in our mouths.
Yeah, okay. I feel like that's the best like ideal thing that we should strive for. I don't know how easy it will be to get that, to achieve that, right? Unless we do like, oh no, let's just buy a bunch of German candy and stuff like. Let's buy a bunch of like different chocolates from Korea or something like that, right? Which we can do, right? If we go different countries and just be like, let's buy some Australian candy, right? And
let's do that.
That would be a good one, yeah. So I put two options on here for soda. I thought that'd be an interesting one, but it's not your typical soda. So I know some of you guys might know you can get these like weird flavors of soda, like bacon flavored soda or stuff like that. But I found a 6-pack sampler set on Amazon. Let me see if I can pull this up on stream here. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, that's not the right one that I need to do. Browser, internet browser. That's gonna be. There it is. Okay, going back over here. There we are. Lester's Fixins, outrageous, wild, crazy, unique flavored soda pop 6-pack sampler set. Say that 6 times fast.
Amazon's choice for ranch soda.
Yeah.
None better, according to Amazon.
Yeah. So, though, right underneath it, it says flavor cucumber. Liquid contents description coffee. Like, this is all over the place. So this is a 6-pack of soda. It actually seems like there's more flavors than is listed, and you won't necessarily get the 6 that are listed on here, which is bacon soda, peanut butter and jelly soda, ranch dressing soda, buffalo wing sauce soda, or I guess buffalo wing soda, pumpkin pie soda, and sweet corn soda. But then I saw in the description down below it says other possible flavors include pickle, mustard, coffee, and cucumber. So this, I think, falls on one of the extremes that all of these will be bad. I'm going to assume that all of these taste disgusting, but I think that's part of the fun is trying those. But that's one side of the extreme, right? If we go that route and do something like that.
Here is my concern. If we do sodas, when we did Kitkats, they're like the little like side by sides, like old 2-pack of Kitkats, 1 kit, 1 cat. And like when we were doing this game, like we ate one, and then I gave like my roommate the other half of all the Kitkats, right? It's an economical thing for us to ingest. If we did this, I would get
not
6
as much.
Full bottles of soda, open the bottle, take 2 drinks, and be done.
That's kind of the risk.
But and like a soda, it's carbonated. It doesn't last. I can't put it. I could put one in the fridge for later, and I would sacrifice the other ones.
I'm not advocating that we're saving these. Like, take 1 sip and then save it for later. Like, no, this is the thing. You would taste it, you would test it, and then you'd kind of be done with it. Like, we're not finishing all 6 of these sodas. So that is a downside of that thing, right?
And I want to say, even if we got good sodas, because you did give a link for sodas that look actually good, that have unique but fun flavors such as prickly pear. And I'd love to taste those, but then I have 12 open cans of soda that I am responsible for.
Share it with your next roommate.
I can't give her 12 half-empty cans of soda. If we did this together, if we lived in the actual same city, Kyle, and we had a studio, and like we could just open 1 can and split it between the 2 of us, absolutely we should do this. But the fact that we would each have to order an entire thing of soda,
you're not wrong.
It's too wasteful for me. I say thumbs down to soda right now as we exist in our virtual format.
Let me at least show this other route that I had here. So I found like a small batch soda company called Rocky Mountain Soda Company. I didn't look exactly to see exactly where they're from, but I would assume somewhere near the Rocky Mountains.
I don't think it's Maine. If it was, that would be a true twist.
Look, the Rocky Mountains are big, and there's a lot of them, so it could be in any number of states, right? That's all I'm saying. I've been there. I've been in the Rocky Mountains.
You're true.
I've crossed them multiple times. But yeah, so I found the Rocky Mountain Brewing or Rocky Mountain Soda Company, and here is like a 12-pack of assorted cans, and a couple of their flavors include Boulder Birch Beer, Breckenridge Blackberry. They got Evergreen Elderberry, Golden Ginger Beer, Grand Mesa Grape. What else did they got? They got Palisade Peaches and Cream. Yeah, the Pikes Peak Prickly Pear. There you go.
I love a prickly pear.
That's out in Seattle.
This is intriguing.
Yeah, so like these sound like
that's Pike Place, Kyle.
Extreme. What was that?
Pike Place is a place in Seattle where you go and they throw fish around. Pikes Peak is like the highest. Oh, it can't be that. I don't know if it's the highest peak in the Rocky Mountains, but it's like the highest peak you can just drive to in your car and get up there, and there's a gift shop there.
I gotcha. Okay. They're just like one word off, and it's marketing. Guys, come on. But no, yeah, like this is the opposite extreme of like ranch and or pickle soda, where like these flavors actually seem good. Like, I think I would kind of like this. But it has the same issues as before that like well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's something we could do. We don't have to have them all at once is the thing. Like we could spread this out. We could like do it at the beginning of each captain's log for a month or something.
12 weeks in a row, we both enjoy a corresponding beverage.
Who knows? We could do
that is
that
kind
and
of fun.
Stitch it all together as a like. Now that we've had the whole 12 pack, here is our like thing, right?
I like the idea of doing this over
test.
3 months, and we watch like your beard change.
There's back and forth, big beard, short beard, big beard.
You're not going to shave. People are going to ask you, and you're like, "I'm growing a soda beard."
That's my soda beard.
I'm a mountain man now.
This is Rocky Mountains soda, week 6. Beard is about 2 inches long now. This is Pikes Peak prickly pear. Here we go. Like we could do something like that and space it out. And just have it be a shorter like bit segment on the captain's log, like throughout those like weeks, and then we can just like stitch it together as a like, hey, here's a big long thing, and then maybe at the end like we rank them or something. I don't know. We could do something like that. That's an option. Some way to spread
Kyle,
it out,
I found
economical.
Looking at these insane sodas on Amazon, there was a suggested link, and I took the suggestion, and I believe this may be a fruitful avenue to go in. How about we eat Astronaut Snacks?
Astronaut Snacks could be a good one.
Huh?
Okay. Let me see.
Here's a link to like Astronaut Ice Cream, but I'm gonna Google astronaut food, sweet and savory snacks.
So, like here's
Oh, this is astronaut brand. This is.
So it looks like some of these sodas you can also even buy individually. Like here's Lester Fixins, which is the same brand. It's the Ranch soda, and it's $2.99 for a single 12-ounce bottle. So if there's like a specific flavor you want to do instead, we could also do that. But the Astronaut Snacks, send me a link to the Astronaut.
I did send you a link. There's one in the Captain's Log channel on the Discord.
Okay.
I'm, like I said, I think I'm going...
Pull that up real quick.
Doing a soda a week, I think that is a concept. I think that sounds fun. But it doesn't beat Astronaut Ice Cream for me. Now think about it. We love ice cream. We love astronauts. We've got the pedigree to pull this off.
But I mean, same question then. Do you want to eat all of that ice cream in one thing? Are you okay with like only tasting it and then like not eating the rest?
This feels like a food that I could more easily preserve. Like I could sit here and I could taste all of them, and then I could run and stick them in my freezer, and they will still be fine in future months. It's not like the soda where I open the soda and I'm like, well, this will lose its carbonation in like 3 hours, and, and then who wants it?
So let's see here. Go over this guy. Boom, ba-doom. Here is Astronaut Ice Cream, the original freeze-dried astronaut ice cream, originally developed for space travel. Our foods have been shuttling taste buds to new galaxies for decades. Proudly made in the USA, where the original freeze-dried astronaut ice cream and fruit.
Right? See, this package I sent you a link to is a couple Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches and some freeze-dried banana slices and freeze-dried strawberry slices. So you can sort of put it together and make your own banana split.
Interesting. Yeah.
So we try them separately. We try them together, the combo pack. Make the split in our mouths.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd be okay with something like that, because it looks like you get two of each, so it would really just be one ice cream sandwich, some slices of bananas and some slices of whole strawberries is what it looks like. And that would be like a good one snack for that thing, right? And then on your own, you can either have it another time or give it to your new roommate. Look, I got you some astronaut ice cream because I think you're out of this world.
This is what I do. Get used to it. I had to buy astronaut ice cream to eat on a podcast.
We could do something like that. I think I'd be up for that one. I think I'd be up for that one. This is my vote.
We can be space. We can dress up as space, as astronauts.
You know me. I have my spaceman applesauce that I have that's in those like packages, that right? Too. Yeah.
You got a NASA shirt or a hat or something. I've got cosmic wear at the ready.
Yeah.
We've got theming we get with this one, Kyle. This is easier to do than being mountain folk.
Our whole like Whatnauts stuff. Our thing is a rocket ship. I have a planet back here. Look. I have a planet now. Like we have all of this stuff. Let's do some astronaut here. Food.
After we do this, we can branch out and see if we can find like other kinds. Like we know astronauts' favorite foods are ice cream and Tang. That's what pop culture has taught us. Right. They love Dippin' Dots. But like, let's find other, like, what are their savory snacks that they enjoy?
Astronaut food. There we go. I just wrote that in our notes, even though that's probably going to get deleted this next week, but that's okay. We'll remember. We've settled it. The matter has been settled. We're going to do an astronaut ice cream food thing, taste test thing. There you go.
Soon.
That's it.
Sometime.
Yep. Soon.
We'll decide.
When did we do, or was that like at the start of the summer that we did that?
Let me double check. When was Kitkat Snack Attack? One of our finest episodes.
You go look at that. Let's, because you also mentioned should come up with another draft.
April 12th. I would love to do a draft. And honestly, something I've been thinking of doing is end credits for movies, because this is a topic I think about a lot.
Melissa, you and I were just talking about opening credits.
Exactly. And like based on our conversation tonight, we could also do the movie end credits and then another one for TV opening credits.
Yeah, I think I'd be down for something like that. Just like greatest opening credits of all time. The end credits one, I will say, might be a little more difficult for me. Because there's not any that, at least off the top of my head, really stick out. Like, I mean, really? I can remember the ones that, like, of the movies I went to go see recently, like Spider-Man No Way Home. That was a good end song, right? But like, I don't know, like, am I like blatantly missing one that's like, Kyle, you don't remember the end credits song to Arnold Schwarzenegger's Last Action Hero? Come on, like, greatest of all time, about, dude. Like, just, like what?
Just entire end credit sequences. I mean, if we take Marvel movies alone, the Guardians movies, I love that statue from Age of Ultron. Into the Spider-Verse. I think that's the best end credits anyone's ever made.
How about this? How about we change it to just credit sequences? So it doesn't matter if it's like end credits, opening, movie, TV show, just like
too broad.
Best.
Too broad.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, I think with a draft, you need a little bit of room where you could crowd up on each other, where there is some sort of I have to get this before nobody else gets it. There needs to be a slight element of scarcity.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You're right about that. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with either one. I just that the end credits one doesn't stick out to me as much of like, man, I have to put that one on my list, or I don't know.
This is I thought everyone thought about movie end credits a lot, but I guess it is just me.
I mean, that's not to say that they're all bad or stuff like that. Like I've enjoyed like the end credits of stuff, and I think I've definitely seen ones that like, ooh, that song does not fit there, right? And there have been ones I'm like, hey, this is a good song. Like, what a way to end it. But it like that's not the thing that stuck with me about the film or stuff like years down the road or things like that. So I can be convinced, but I feel like I would have to do a lot of research, and I don't like I feel like I would just be picking it based on whether or not I like the song. Right, like, and then it would just be like, what are like 10 songs that Kyle likes that happen to be in these movies?
There's so much that goes into end credits. There's the visuals and these sorts of scenes you're seeing, fonts, abrupt editing, pacing. A lot goes into credits.
Wait. So what do you define by end credits then? Because I'm thinking like movies done, black screen, like text is going up, and it is like the song from the thing that's playing there.
I'm talking about when the movie ends and it says directed by. Like that from then on. We're not talking about strictly the song, the end theme. The entire end credits experience.
Are you? I guess not distinguishing between, because I guess they both be end credits, but like Spider-Man No Way Home, for example, right? It has the more like, here's the director, here's the main actors, like here's all of that stuff in the like more fancier. They have some animation happening or something like that. Like because like there are a lot of movies that don't have that and just go straight to black, and with the white credits like scrolling up from the top, and that's kind of it, and they just have a song playing like that. Like
then those
movies, to the movies that have that like extra fancy like end credits thing, I feel like are few and far between, and the ones I can think of are all Marvel stuff, which just shows how much I pay attention to all of that.
Okay. The Marvel stuff's what I thought of first. Because that's where both our hearts lie.
We could do it that way if you want to do like, hey, best Marvel end credits stuff.
Here,
that would be
I think we should
scarce.
do a draft for TV opening theme songs.
Okay. Yeah.
And we'll do that first, and then maybe further down the line, if now that I've planted this idea in your head, I've done an Inception.
Yeah.
You're a Cillian Murphy. I put like a little pinwheel in your head safe, and now you're going to think about dissolving your father's company. Now that this has happened, if like a year from now you're like, I think I could do movie end credits, we'll do it then. We'll table that one for a later time, but we can start with the TV opening credits.
I'll do some research for sure, and start being like, okay. Well, when am I just not thinking? There has to be some that's just like, Kyle, you idiot! Why didn't you think of that one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll start thinking and doing my research and paying a little bit more attention to all the stuff that we watch on the review show and stuff like that. So there you go. I think matter solved then. So we got our astronaut food taste test. We got our opening credits to a TV show draft.
Yeah.
And then I know we're still going to do our trivia night, and we're going to do our Rotten Tomatoes thing at the end of the year. I think we got some good stuff. What's up? Looks like you got one more thing.
We've got a special game that I proposed to you that we do in conjunction with the theatrical release of The Batman, which is the Riddler Riddle Challenge. I want to know if I can solve Riddler riddles. Now, yourself is a deeper comics fan than I am.
Yes.
Yeah. It's up to you if you feel like, I don't remember any Riddler riddles I've read in Batman comics or I've seen in cartoons. I want to play too. Either we get a third party to give these riddles to both of us, or if you feel like maybe you've got an advantage, you just give all the riddles to me. Whichever way you think's going to work better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that would be fun. And when does the Batman come out again? It's real soon. Batman release
March 4th.
Date.
I believe it is still currently slated at March 4th.
That's what Dr. Google is giving me right now, March 4th, 2022. Thank you, Dr. Google. Though I do see a article from Variety here that says, come on, internet, load. On internet. Well, the headline on Google said Warner Media CEO monitoring the Batman release, but quote, we something, and that was as of 4 days ago. It's my oh. Everything spazzed out again. My computer is God damn it. The thing just quit again. This is the second time it's happened. Anyways, it seems like they're monitoring the situation, especially with numbers rising and stuff like that, with COVID and things like that. So we shall see. But yeah, I will come up with some riddles there and stuff like that. And we can do that we can do those coinciding with the Batman when it releases. I think that would be fun. That'd be fun. I don't know.
I look forward to the challenge. I don't know what happens if I do solve Riddler riddles.
I think you legally have to change your name. I
get to wear his hat.
Bruce. Yeah.
No, I want to wear his hat.
Bruce Wayne.
I'll bring a green hat. It'll be right before St. Patrick's Day. I can go to the store and get a green hat.
There you go. Green.
I don't think Paul Dano's going to have a green hat. He's going to wear like a scary Zodiac killer mask. He doesn't get to have a jaunty green hat.
God. What if the like prison uniform he's in was like, well, we ran out of orange, so we have this old green one.
It's got question marks on it.
God. So yeah, the Batman. I'm excited for the Batman. I was not expecting it to be PG-13. I was fully expecting that to be rated R, but it officially got rated PG-13. So.
That's also what I was expecting, but I'm not disappointed. I think back to Shazam, which was also PG-13 and did have more of a family audience. And that was a movie that was, when it wanted to hit you with something being brutal in a fight scene, it did that. When that villain was supposed to be scary, it was scary.
It was surprising at how scary it got at times, but I never expected Shazam to be a rated R. That one.
No, I'm just saying that, like,
always read to me like.
No, I'm just saying that, like, within the history of this own franchise, you know, the DC in general, knowing the Batman's a different continuity, there's DC in general, even in like the last handful of years. We had a PG-13 movie that I look back on and I'm like, when that movie decided to punch, it punched hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do within the realm of a PG-13. And I think the element of restraint and when that restraint is tested, that could be more effective than having it just be R.
Potentially, yeah. Creative restraints can always help. But at the end of the day, it's also just they're trying to make as much money as they can. I think especially in the pandemic, if you create a version that is open to more people will go see it. Plus, it's the Batman, right? Like,
yeah,
it's Batman. So
I expect this looked like it would be popular with teens. Let a teen see the Batman without parental chaperones.
Indeed. But I think that's a good place to wrap things up for this week. So, Melissa, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. And listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities, show where me and my brother Jams talk about weird old kids shows you feel like only you remember.
Go. If you guys want to follow me, I'm at Yo Kyle Springer on Twitter. If you guys want to follow all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at the Whatnauts on Twitter. I mentioned that we got ourselves a brand spanking new TikTok. We do have some stuff up there now. We have a few of our old classics, I should say, the YouTube shorts that we were making at the end of last year, and then we have all of our new ones from this week. And I'm experimenting with how they look and all of that stuff. So we have instead of it being where it would like focus on one person or like the whole screen that you see right now on Twitch, I have somewhere if it's just like me and Melissa, we're stacked, so it takes up more of the screen there, and then the one from crossplay is like zoomed in, so you can only see like one person and they fill like the whole thing there. So experimenting, seeing what we can do with these things here. So go follow us on TikTok at the Whatnauts. We do all that stuff. But that is about it. That wraps us up for this week. This has been episode 174 of the Captain's Log. Go like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. No matter if you're rated R or PG-13 or NC-17 or whatever, or what kind of astronaut food you may or may not like. That would help us out. Spread the word. So with that, we will see you all next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.